because we got to get to our guest. It's Greg Johnson. He's the COO at Zembles. Greg, thank you so much for joining us today on What the Truck. We appreciate your time.
Hey guys, great to be here. Thanks for the time.
Greg, yeah, absolutely, man. Tell us a little bit about yourself. This is your first time on the show, so introduce yourself to the audience.
Yeah, so work in the world of data and analytics. So a data geek, been in the sales side of things and operations, but more sales for, gosh knows, probably more than 30 years. And I'll stop counting at that point because then that'll really age me. But really excited about what we've built now with Zembles, bringing the world of data and technology to the sales world. And aside from that, I got 4 daughters and 2 grandsons and a dog and another dog on the way, and just love being active. So that's the other side of things.
Love, awesome. I can't help but notice the big foam finger behind you. Who are you rooting for?
That's just, I'm rooting for my sales teams all day long. Oh, but this weekend I'm cheering for Brady. I'm a New England guy, so hey, love me or hate me, I'm a New England guy. But I'm cheering like hell for my Brady and my Gronk. There's no doubt about that. So.
No, I gotta give him a little cowbell, Michael Vincent. I'm a mass hole myself. I'm from the Boston area.
All right, doesn't make us bad guys, does it, Tuner?
No, it doesn't.
Go Tom. Go Tom. Give us your best go Tom.
Get a cheer for the elderly sometimes, given my status is just slightly ahead of him. So
yeah, there you go. There you go. So hey, so talk a bit about Zembles. What is Zembles? What are you guys doing over there?
Yeah, so Zembles is a great technology tool, one of the best I think to ever hit the world of sales, at least in a really long time. And being as involved in sales as long as I have, we kind of got tired of hearing about all the problems everybody had with prospecting and getting to the best prospects quickly. And we decided to do something about it. So we applied our knowledge and experience and the data that we've got to the problem, and brought Zembles. And ultimately what Zembles is doing is, for a sales rep, they're able to quickly and efficiently and accurately, more important than anything, find the best prospects, people that are spending on the things that matter to them, transportation. And we crush it. We've been working in the transportation space for more than 25 years, and we've got loads of data and incredible technology. And we just pointed it straight at one of the biggest problems that's facing sales these days, and that's prospecting.
Yeah, I mean, I was in sales in logistics before. I spent a number of years doing it, and so much of my time was tied up not just in prospecting, but also like teaching myself how to prospect. And in the dark ages of 2015, all we really had for global trade were like port liquidation reports that were served through a couple of different companies. But it's still a ton of time and a ton of research to really figure out who your key target is at the company, if this is really a value target, if their decisions are being made in the Northeast, all these kind of things. So how do you guys ID the high value targets?
Yeah, so great question. And it's interesting because if you think of the consumer side of things, the world has become so good at figuring out when to hit us with things. Heck, they can track us when we walk by a store and give us a coupon, right? Just because of our cell phone. But the data about businesses has not kept up. And we as salespeople have been continuing to try to do the best we can and try to refine our own skills, our own eyes, and just kind of be able to see what we can do. But the difference is when you've got incredible amounts of data, more specifically unique data, right, and technology to add to it, then you can do all kinds of crazy analytics and call it eliminate the need for filtering, because we're able to analyze a business like you would analyze a person's DNA and say, based on what I'm looking for, how can I find others that have that same DNA sample? And for us, it's all about verified spend. Right? We got $1.7 trillion worth of annual B2B spend, and it's broken down across 45 categories, the most important of which are 9 categories of transportation and shipping spend broken out amongst carrier and fleet. And by looking at that, it's not intent, right? Intent would be like my New Year's resolution. Doesn't mean I went to the gym, but if you know somebody spent and it's verified, I know it's there. And by looking at the entire supply chain, I don't even have to know there's LTL, because I can see all kinds of other patterns that'll tell me that there's LTL, which are the leads that we've been walking by for years as we drive around looking for loading docks and or trying to find big square buildings on Google Maps and things like that. Forget it. Stop searching. You don't have to be a good searcher anymore. Let's hire great salespeople who love selling and empower them with tools to do what they love to do. I don't like searching, right? I don't like fishing. I like catching. Put me in a pond with fish. I want to catch them. Don't take me out fishing. If I have to sit there and be bored, ain't gonna happen.
You mean you don't want to go back to the days where you walked into the transportation manager's office and when we got coffee, you stole the invoices off his desk to figure out who he's using and where he's spending and shipping his movie?
Yeah, either that or
No?
you do it when you got to the receptionist and you look at all the people that signed in before you, right? Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
absolutely. So this has got to be good for brokers, right? I don't got to run around and,
Right.
and look in the back to see what carriers are back there anymore. Tell us about that.
Absolutely.
How's it good for brokers?
Yeah, yeah. It depends. Like you can, I mean, depending on how specific you want to get, you can find those people that are doing exactly what you're looking for in terms of shipping, right? You can find. I could identify flatbed, right, easily by looking at other things that they're buying. Maybe they've got TL spend, but in addition to that, if I see that they've got things like industrial equipment or building supplies like lumber or pipe or steel or wire, pretty good chance it's an open trailer, right? So that helps me identify then real quickly the businesses to go at. And all I have to do is type in the name of one company that represents either my best customer or a known best prospect, and then I'll get all the others that look like it instantly, right? So no filtering, no computers, that you have to worry about. It's just call them. They'll pop right up in front of you and you can start dialing. I always say, you start dialing, don't try to analyze them. Don't try to decide. Once you see it, just dial. And if it's not a qualified prospect, send me a note and I'll Venmo you $10. But
Wow.
But every time you get one that is a qualified prospect, you Venmo me $10. I'm not a betting man, so I'll win that bet all day long.
That sounds too fair.
We're
That sounds
taking
too
up on it yet.
I was going to start texting, but then I heard the second half of that. Oh, well.
Yeah, right, exactly. There's always a but.
Well, Greg, this Thursday we have a huge event coming up. It's our free sales and marketing virtual event. I know that you're going to be there, and I am reuniting Put That Coffee Down with the original cast just to host this show. And I know we're going to have you on Put That Coffee Down. So, we're talking about leads here. Leads are great, right? You went fishing, but now how do you cook the fish? How do you bring them home? So you got the leads. Do you have any sales advice on landing the accounts?
Yeah, you know what? It's one of the things is once you know that they need what you're selling, then it's not a matter of focusing on one person, right? I mean, no matter how big or small the business is, there are all kinds of other users or influencers, people that you can gather information. And if you have more selling time because you're not just chasing dead end leads, then you can actually have more well thought out, well planned, well executed sales campaigns. And my best advice is try to understand everything that's going on in that business, right? Look at research, just having Zembles has it, but I guess it's a little bit self-serving, has all kinds of information on news, the news you were reading at the beginning of the segment. It's great to have that information, but understand your customer, understand their unique challenges or opportunities right now, because I'm telling you, as we look across every industry, there are some that are absolutely thriving as industries, and within those industries, there are those that are doing well and those that are doing poorly. And some of the variables affecting that are huge. So knowing your customer, to me, more valuable than ever. And this tool frees up the time to be able to do that. As I said, focus on selling, not searching.
I like that you mentioned news because, we had the big news too about TFI buying UPS Freight. If I'm a sales guy right now, I know that my freight's moving with UPS Freight. I know that I got customers who are now they're going to have a little anxiety. Who's moving my freight now? Is TFI doing it? It's a great touch point. It's a great touch point if you have some prospects in your system and you know these big events are happening.
Anytime there's something like that goes on, there's chaos on both sides for the UPS side and the TFI side. So if you're not UPS or TFI, I look at that as opportunity for everybody, right? I look for change because change creates chaos and question and creates opportunity for everybody. So it's exciting for both those organizations, but I think it's exciting for everybody else as well.
So people who want to learn more, where do we send them to?
Go to Zembles.com. You can sign up for a free trial there. And you've been just send there's a little form fill you plug in. It's start.zembles.com, I guess is where you go. And we'll get right back to you and set you up with a free 48-hour trial and give it a shot. Better to say, hey, try it and prove that you like it than sit here and tell you, just go try it. It's worth a shot.
Sure. Hey, Greg, thank you very much. And I'll see you in a few short days at the Sales and Marketing Summit. We'll catch you there. Take it easy.
Sounds good. Look forward to it. Have a good day, guys.
Thanks, Greg.